Namaste and Jai Gurudev. Today I'm going live here on my YouTube channel, Shakti Prem Anand, Force of Love, which is really to talk about the awakening and the output, which is the force of love, which I call it. And in terms of the Guru, we're all on YouTube nowadays, and with the algorithms it brings up all sorts of audios and videos of various gurus across the globe, which is amazing and perfect for everybody, myself included. Here I am talking to you, and from a global audience from India to God knows where. However, I want to specifically speak in terms of the consciousness and the guru that we attract, and how do we know that it's the right guru for us at this stage in our life. My journey, and I will use examples from my own journey, and you can see there is my guru behind me, Mahavta Babaji Jai Gurudev, the Kriya Yogi, and I knew that this was my guru because when I was doing my first Kriya initiation in Varanasi, at that time I was going to take sannyas at the Kumbh in Allahabad. And having already read the book Autobiography of a Yogi many moons ago, it suddenly came then in 2013, having gone to take sannyas, and suddenly I got initiated in Kriya Yoga. And upon the initiation of Kriya Yoga, what happened was amazing miracles, many miracles that led me to stop and not become a sannyasin at that time. And so the Kriya path happened, and with the initiation that I had from the lineage holder at the time, who I have subsequently left, I must confess, because they can just be the mediator, but they don't have to be the all-powerful right to the end. And that's something else I learned, that it's not so much guru hopping. It's that the guru has a finite knowledge or a finite lesson for you, and then that's okay. Yeah, you can go beyond that. Guru, it's not a sin, it's not a crime. It's okay. So give yourself permission to say thank you, respectfully, for all that you've given me, and now it's time for me to flower and blossom to wherever that path is going to take you. So in my case, it was Sri Mahavta Babaji himself directly, and I know that because I've had many experiences that have connected me to his energy in every way, and encounters with other disciples of his that claim to be directly have been taught by him, I didn't have reason to doubt that. It's based on, as I said, it's all experiential. So coming back to this session in terms of the consciousness that you're in, and then the guru that you also draw in. So if your consciousness is very dense and you're just in the starting out phase, you may get bamboozled by so much of the spiritual teachings that are out there currently, so many gurus from so many denominations, and how would you even know? You don't, actually. If you're in that dense conscious energy, you do not know. And the only thing that you have, the only caveat is try not to intellectualize and think, oh, he's making sense, because that is just simply not the right way to go about it. You know, it's coming from that headspace, and the whole spiritual path, as it unfolds, you realize it really is about your feelings and coming from your heart center, and in terms of whatever sensations and awareness that you're cultivating in that relationship, you must listen to that far more than, oh, that's logical. So the logic has to kind of bypass, and you have to go to that deeper place as well. It's not that emotional loving that is I love you kind of. It's not that type of emotion. It's a very deep understanding, a very deep kind of like a soul connection. You feel like you've known this person forever, that kind of a feeling. And there really isn't any difference in you and them. You feel like you're so drawn and pulled to the point of tears, to the point your heart is just like boom, it's just open, boom, yeah? So listen for these kind of signals rather than your mind and your beliefs. And you know, even though they may not be looking the part, yeah, they may not have the malas, the white head, and the tikka, and you know, God knows all of those qualities, and the big turbans now that's become so popular, and the soft spoken, and trying to advise you on your life, you know, when they've never lived fully themselves, and getting these hooks into you in terms of how you can create success, how you should have your amazing relationship, how do you know your path. So this is all mind stuff, because spirituality is really nothing to do with any of that. And the spiritual path is actually of the undoing of these aspects of your life. It's very much coming to the bareness, the nakedness, as I call it, the unclothing of the body-mind complex, and the capsule that we're in here, in this body, and to really allow ourselves to step back from that. Step back and step back and step back, and keep stepping back until you feel that there's the awareness that is residing here over and above the thinking mind, and over and above the beliefs, the old beliefs. So really give permission to be silent. That is the buzzword, to be silent, to watch for the pauses, to watch the agenda of this person. Like, is it really to awaken you, or is it just to kind of gather your money, gather the tribe, and gather this power base, and to hook you? Because there should be no hooks. There should be freedom, and there should be a surrender, but it's a surrender of the heart, not of the mind. It's a surrender to the oneness, to the unity. But you will only attract where you're at, as I started this conversation. So if you're at that dense vibration, then seek the advice of others, because the last thing you want is to be trapped and reined in. And so I felt that I needed to put this message out there, because there are so many gurus that are suddenly coming from the Himalayas. They've done 20 years, they've done 30 years, or whatever else they may have done. And good luck to them, you know, and they'll attract their tribe. But just warning, a caution of warning. As you go through this spiritual journey, don't get trapped. Jai Gurudev. Namaste.